Hello Gemini and welcome to my channel Green Line Goddess Tarot. This is your mid-month reading for the second half of February. So let's see what is coming in. We're moving from your fellow air sign Aquarius through to Pisces season. So let's see, we've got 4 cards that are coming in. So lots happening for you here. Ooh, 2 of Shells, union and harmony. Very nice. Look at those beautiful doves snuggling up together. And the Magician, willpower and creation. The 2 of Shells is the 2 of Cups. It represents love, connection, is really nice. So union and harmony. It doesn't have to necessarily mean like a romantic partner or a life partner or somebody like that. It can just be feeling close, a sense of closeness. But the Magician, willpower and creation. For those of you who are single, this is a really great time to manifest that partner. That's what the Magician does. It's the manifester. It, quite literally is willing something into creation here. And it may be for somebody else, or it may be with somebody else, or it may be looking for that other person. But it feels like there's definitely a relationship of sorts. And it can be any kind of relationship. This can be a relationship with a love relationship. It can be friend relationship, family, work, pet, relationship with something, maybe it's your relationship with work. It really does feel like it's another person though. So yeah, you're willing something into creation. So yeah, really potent manifestation energy. And we've got Knight of Crystals, endurance, determination, and 2 of Crystals, balance and adaptability. Are you ready to go on this journey? Because the camel is the journey energy, the survivor. You're about to go out into, here we have the beautiful Miss Stella. And it's like you're about to go into unknown territory, like the 2 of Crystals. You're about to jump into new territories here. And so I feel like you're prepared with the camel of the Knight of Crystals, knowing this is going to be a longer journey or may require a little bit of endurance and sticking with something. So it's like, I'm the camel. I've got myself packed. I'm emotionally prepared for this. I've got my water. Inside. The camel has his own water, is very a strong creature that can withstand all sorts of things. And then I'm ready to leap off into the unknown here. I don't know if this is coming up here with Stella. So ready to leap into the unknown here, like this little kangaroo, but it is going to require balance and adaptability. So I think you're ready, you're prepared. You're ready to leap in, which feels exciting. So, yeah, speaking of exciting, Gemini, I just wanted to let you know that I have started up a Patreon community, which I'm very excited about. I'm seeing it as a second channel that I can offer a whole heap of other premium content and goodies to do with astrology, healing, just, personal things, but also tutorials as well, how to work with energy. I've got, how do you connect to your soul, little basic things like that. So it really is, and I want to create it as an inclusive community. And also, if you sign up in the first 2 weeks, which is now, I'm offering a free 10-minute reading. So okay, so the link for that is in the description box below. Let's see what energy is shifting and changing. Okay, we've got Lovers. Gemini has come in. Okay, we love it. Gemini, Mercury, North Node, and then we've got the Magician again. Okay, you've got the Magician twice. I'll try and put it up near Stella. And this is Mercury as well, Gemini, Virgo, Virgo. So you're coming in super strong, and so is Mercury, your ruler, coming in super strong. And it's like, what are you working on? What are you thinking about? Where's your mind going? What are your plans at this moment in time? Because it feels like they're like, ooh, it feels exciting, but it feels like there's just a lot whirling around here with this. And there's potentially a very strong internal choice that can be made. I like this Lovers card because it's kind of pointing to a particular choice, like going, this is the one. It's like the universe, when you kind of trying to make a decision, the universe is going this way, this way. So if you're like the little kangaroo jumping off into the unknown, and you can jump in any direction being a kangaroo, the universe is going this way. If you're wanting to head towards a connection or create more union and harmony in your life in some way, it's going this way, because the Lovers card can represent soulmate energies. So the Magician energy reversed, I feel like, is more of an internal energy that's coming in here. So I feel like, what this is you're intrepidly going in new directions here, searching in new places, meeting new people, new connections. maybe it's just very new ideas, new plans. This is a great time to kind of be meeting new people and to be kind of launching things or trying out things or just testing the seeds of things that you want to bring in or any kind of intention. This is a really, really great time for that. It's kind of like after a new moon energy, all those seeds have been planted, and then it's like, okay, let's see what's growing. Let's see what's out there and really ready to kind of take off. So yeah, quite literally like the kangaroo jumping into the horizon. So we've also got Cup 8 Neptune Pisces. We are moving into Pisces season and Neptune is in Pisces. So I feel like, it's going to be like I said, I don't feel like there's any necessary, like, it doesn't feel like they're showing me like a zigzag. Like, it's not like this is the path we're going straight down. It's like boom, 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 boom. And which is interesting. So it's going to be a little bit more interesting for you, which is great because it's going to mix it up a little bit. But yeah, this Cup 8 is where something has not been fulfilling for you. So I feel like this is kind of, jumping into something that's going to be really fulfilling, which is really lovely. And so, yeah, that's a beautiful energy. And yeah, I mean, the Pisces energy is a mutable water sign. So it is the last sign of the zodiac. It is about what we're moving through emotionally, but it's also a sense of transmuting and transcending some old energy. And I feel like, your mind is the thing that's actually, your planetary ruler Mercury is actually the thing that's going to be helping you here. So it's like your mind could be making these great leaps. I mean, this thing here with the Two of Crystals, I mean, this could just be your mind kind of going, where are we going here? The Four of Swords. So for some of you, it could feel a little bit out of control, like it's jumping all over the shop, but it could also feel a little bit like this is an exciting journey that I'm going on. So it just really depends on how in control you're feeling of this. But what I'm really feeling is that the universe is going to guide you. That last minute, you're going to land in the right places, which is really good. So the Four of Swords, speaking of what's going on with your mind, this is like give your mind a break at some point. There's just so much happening here. So probably, the Four of Swords, the character has laid the Three Swords to rest. So whatever's potentially been on your mind that's been kind of wounding you or hurting you, it's like try and take a break from that. Crossed by the Four of Pentacles. So you've got two fours. So it actually might feel like there's some foundational things you're working on at this moment in time. Here you are, the Knight of Wands. Look at this horse jumping off like the Two of Crystals. So it's kind of got this energy of, we're leaping off. The High Priestess, yes, you are really going to find yourself in some spaces that don't feel particularly grounded, but it feels like you might be in between worlds in a way, or in between, but you really got to trust your intuition. Interesting. The Magician, my gosh, how many times can you get the Magician? 3 Magicians, Two of Pentacles, which is the Two of Crystals. So you got that twice as well. So potentially there's going to be a lot of like synchronicities, like when the universe is always pointing you in a direction, that's usually speaks through synchronicities. Here's another Gemini card, the Knight of Swords. So this is like, again, so much going through your mind quickly, fast moving energy. Things are moving quickly here. So you might expect the pace to pick up a little bit here. And the Queen of Pentacles, it will ground down. This is where it's like you take a breath and go, okay, I'm just resting here for the moment. I want to bring in some stability, and you've got the Sun card. Okay, it's going to make you feel happy. So yeah, the Five of Cups. I feel like for some of you here that, and Stella's sitting on the cards now, but that's okay. I feel like for some of you, this is sometimes like, if there's something that's been like, we've got the Four of Swords, that wound at the center. If there's sometimes it's like, I'd prefer to do anything but think about that or connect to that. And I'm just going to kind of do anything to avoid it or to have to deal with it. That can be something that comes through here. But I really feel like, the universe is bringing you in the right direction here. But the Four of Swords represents a mindset shift. For me, it is a real Gemini kind of energy, because for me, it's like it's a storyteller. The Four of Swords is very much, sitting, lying down, having a break and going through all the stories that you've been told, or understanding the information and just processing a lot of it, and maybe shifting the narrative a little bit. Like, what is it that you're wanting to, what is it that you've been seeing as the story so far? and how can you potentially change that? Crossed by the Four of Pentacles, which may suggest, okay, understanding that you're holding on to something for fear of letting go. And it may also be that, okay, you want to move forward, but you don't quite have the material foundations yet to be able to do that. That can be something that comes through with it. But nonetheless, inside your mind, you've got the Knight of Wands, which is this energy of like jumping into something. Like I said, jumping into freedom. The Knight of Wands just is very like, this is what I want to do. And I'm just going, like jumping straight into it. So the Knight of Wands can be spontaneous, very spontaneous. With this and the Knight of Swords, it's kind of, very spontaneous, fast-moving energy, just can actually be really fun, and it can be wanting to bring in some kind of a positive change that comes through with the Knight of Wands. This could be somebody that's in your life at this moment that is very fun to be around. So, yeah, it can be romantic with the Knight of Wands, but just mostly fun. So on the search for new adventure, pretty much. So at the base, we've got the High Priestess. It's interesting because, like I said, it's a very intuitive energy. I feel like, you're jumping in off on a search for adventure, but you don't necessarily have a map. You're just kind of going where what feels right. Okay, that direction feels right. I don't want to have the whole thing mapped out in front of me. I don't want, that's going to be boring. So it's almost like, this has to be an interesting and exciting energy for you to kind of work it through. The High Priestess is also, like I said, trust your intuition. So it's like I don't need a map. I've got my intuition by my side. So I'm getting a message that I need to kind of work with this energy in some way. But the High Priestess is an in-between stage where it's kind of like she lives in between heaven and earth kind of thing, the divine and the material world. And so it might feel like with all this fire and air that you kind of, whatever it is that you're working on at this moment in time, it's all up here. So, it could be all in your mind, all things that you want to be doing, and maybe it's like it hasn't fully feeling like it's very grounded. The practical reality of it is the things with the magician wants to pull resources and go, okay, how is this going to work? How am I going to fund my choice? Or how am I going to have time for what it is I want to do here? So that's something that's come through. So, the magician in the recent past, the magician is also about, the very start, it's conscious. You're becoming very consciously aware of something. So the magician and Mercury, in your mind, you're becoming very consciously aware of something. So within the Four of Swords, it's like, right, I need to really kind of work this out. What is this energy that's coming through with the magician? Because it feels like it's all very new. And it feels like, why am I feeling like I want to jump into freedom all of a sudden or jump into something all of a sudden? So the magician energy, I just feel like this is where you've become consciously aware of something. And this could be a person, like I'm subtly noticing that person, or I'm noticing that feeling, or I'm noticing like this is what I'm wanting to do. The magician with the Knight of Wands can also be potentially, this can be travel, but it can also be, the magician is like, can sometimes mean deception. So perhaps there's somebody around you that you're kind of questioning in some way. Is this right for me? Is this true? Are what they're saying true? Maybe you're questioning like what they're saying. That's something that comes through with it as well. So interesting. So in the near future, you've got the Two of Pentacles, which is kind of like your energies like very ambivalent. You're kind of going one way or another. We can see it's like you're weighing up all these options here. Something's a little bit out of balance, but you're needing to bring in balance and to be really adaptable in some way, shape or form to be able to move forward. So if it was kind of like, I don't have necessarily the material resources to move forward, well, it's still like it is going to require this adaptability. You might have to juggle some things around, but it's still possible. So that's something to come through. If it's like you're questioning a person or a relationship, then you're kind of like going back over it, balancing it up, the pros and cons kind of thing with the Two of Pentacles. But if you're kind of thinking, I want to leap into something, then it's like, weighing up the options in a very kind of practical way. You're presenting as the Seven of Pentacles. So this is where you're ready to plant seeds. This is, again, that sense of, I was kind of getting this sense, it feels like a new moon energy where there's a seeds that have been planted, and you're starting to see some of those seeds grow here with the Seven of Pentacles. So this is the lovely bush that you're seeing here and going, well, maybe that's something that is working in my life. And then where can I kind of plant a new seed? Where can I see this flourish and grow? So it really feels like it's very, it's interesting because it's almost like it's all about the pace of everything, because the Seven of Pentacles is very patient. It's like, do I want to jump into this or not? It feels like there's this impetus of like, I'm going off into new terrain, new territory here. And, but I'm not sure if I want to jump straight away. So there might be a little bit of indecision about that. But the energy around you is the Knight of Swords, which is this, things might feel like time has sped up in some way. With the Knight of Swords coming in, this is a Gemini energy, but I'm just getting a sense of this is all happening so fast. And I really need to think about it. I really do, because there's some major choices that are happening here about the direction I'm going in. So I really need to think about that. Hopes and fears, we've got the Ace of Wands. So this is like, something new gets activated, and is this something that you really want? Again, the Ace of Wands is being consciously aware of what it is that you want in a situation. But we do have a sense of it all does kind of settle down a little bit. So this Queen of Pentacles comes in, which is a beautiful energy, an Earth Queen energy where things start to ground down. And it's like nurturing your inner stability and feeling like, okay, a lot more stable in a situation at this moment in time. And then the Sun comes in, which feels like, you've got the clarity, you've got a breakthrough of some sort. So this is kind of interesting energy, because it feels like there's a little bit of fight or flight kind of energy that's coming in with some of this, as I mentioned, because we've got the Five of Cups, which is a sense that there is potentially something that's been very disappointing, or some kind of loss, or something that has hurt you or made you sad from the past that has come up here. And it's like I'm wanting to lay that to rest. And so it really feels like, okay, I want to potentially become consciously aware of that. And perhaps it's connected to things that I do within relationships, or how I attract people within relationships. And it's like, okay, again, it's kind of got this energy of I'll do anything but look at that energy, because it hurts too much sort of thing with the Five of Cups. And this is where the Five of Cups is, the three cups have spilt, but there's the bridge to the future, or the present, I should say, where there's two cups still standing, which is this Two of Shells here. There is an opportunity to rebuild, and or an opportunity to connect to somebody that could help you kind of overcome some kind of past loss or disappointment. And so there's opportunity for healing within relationships here, which is really nice. So it's kind of like, it just feels like there's so much happening in this reading. It's like, whoa, 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 whoa. It's going so fast. But it has this energy of, ultimately with the Queen of Pentacles, this is like coming back in and nurturing yourself, getting yourself really comfortable within a situation, finding your stability within the situation, finding your center within the situation. And that's what's going to bring you connecting to your own, I'm feeling very much the solar plexus here, connecting to, this is the Sun energy, I'm feeling like connecting to your own personal power within a situation, because we've got the Sun coming in really strongly here. Like the Sun is the one that's going this way. This choice is the clear choice here. It's pointing the arrow there, and then we've got the Sun coming out here. So that the choice that you made is going to bring stability here with the Queen of Wands. It's like, okay, I don't have to, I'm feeling a little bit like I can take a sigh of relief and a deep breath at this moment in time. So yeah, it really feels like this. I mean, financially, this is actually good as well. Financially, with the Queen of Pentacles, this could be, if there's something that's been really out of balance with money, this could be coming back into balance. The same with like the harmony energy within a relationship. It could be coming back into balance and can feel like a breakthrough. Whatever it was that it felt like, it's there's definitely a positive change that can come through with this. And I really feel like it's just trying a whole heap of new things is really important, but not to rush into something until you're feeling like it's completely right. So that's an energy that's coming through. Ultimately, what's happening is a healing of these past like sadness or disappointment, or something didn't work out, or mourning of the past in some way, that's opening you up to a new choice, which is bringing in union and harmony. And so this is kind of like stepping into new terrain. So, yeah, which is going to feel like, make you really happy here, that you're finding some kind of inner stability. Whereas this felt a little bit like, okay, yeah, like, I'm kind of all over the shop a little bit with it. So let's pull an affirmation card for you, Gemini. So it's almost like your mind, it's been hard to focus or choose a path, or to actually, it's kind of really felt like you were like, ooh, okay, I now create a wonderful new job. I'm totally open and receptive to a wonderful new position, using my creative talents and abilities, working for and with people I love in a wonderful location and earning good money. Okay, fantastic. So this is really wonderful if you're wanting to bring in something positive, new direction when it comes to your work, your career, and the people that you work with as well. So, yeah, that's a really fantastic energy to come through. Let's pull charm for you, Gemini. Oh, okay, we have the little butterfly, which is really cute, and the fish. They're both really little and cute. Okay, that's so cute. Okay, what it's bringing me to, and my son actually calls birds skyfish, because that's just kind of what he calls them. And for whatever reason, they're saying this fish is flying towards the butterfly. It's like it's zooming through the air, and it feels like a skyfish. And it's kind of like, I think what he sees it as is the ocean is a whole world in itself. That's the fish's world. And we are moving into Pisces season, so probably working with some Piscean themes as well, of moving through emotions, old emotions. But it is this sense of, that's a whole other world. And when they come out into the air, this is a very foreign world, but that in itself, the element of air, is a whole new environment, and it in itself is a whole new world. And it's not compatible with the fish, and the bird's not compatible with water, although some of them do kind of cross over. There's certain fish that can go out into the air and birds can dive into the water. But it's not too long that they can. But it feels like, this skyfish energy that I'm getting here. Please bear with me, Gemini, because it's, bit of an art. I've got to try and explain the concept. It's kind of seeing it like you're in a whole new environment or a whole new world that seems very different. It's like a fish out of water kind of energy, quite literally. But then it's like, I never knew this existed. If you're a fish in the sea, maybe you don't know there's a whole other world out there that is like where the dominant energy or the dominant environment is air. So it's kind of feels like it's opening you up to a whole new world, or a whole new perception of seeing the world, or a whole new way of experiencing or being in the world at this moment in time, which is kind of quite interesting. And then we've got the beautiful butterfly, which represents transformation. So what they're saying is that the fish is moving through, like it is a Pisces season, and it's related to schools. Fish swim in schools. So it's about, what are you learning about what you are moving through emotionally at this moment in time, which is opening you up to whole new experiences, a whole new worlds that can transform your world at this moment in time. So that's it. That's what I got with a fish and a butterfly. So you might have your own thing, because, it's always trust your intuition. But I really feel like you are, in this particular reading, you're being very strongly guided into a certain direction that is going to lead to a certain person or a certain path ahead of you that can bring a sense of feeling more grounded and feeling happier and feeling more harmonious. So this can feel like a breakthrough, but like I said, it feels like you're opening up to a whole heap of new territories, and it kind of could be exciting. So, however, I mean, we've got create a new job, but it could be anything really. So that it just feels like you're opening up to these new possibilities, which at first it's kind of hard to focus on because there's so many things. You don't know what the right choice is, blah, 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 blah. And then once it kind of grounds down with this Queen of Pentacles, you're going to feel so much kind of better about things. So about the choices or the choice that you made and feeling more stable. So it's a really, really nice energy to come through. So and that stability can be financially, and it can be around the home. It can be to do with your health. It can just be how you're feeling and how comfortable you're feeling within a situation or this new world, this new energy, this new terrain that you find yourself in. So that's it, Gemini. That's your reading for the second half of February. As mentioned, if you'd like to join the new Patreon community, the link for that is in the description box below. And yeah, free 10-minute reading if you join in the first 2 weeks. And yeah, please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. Love to read your comments. And also this helps YouTube know that you support the channel and helps with the content that helps with the growth of the channel. I've got to think about what I'm saying here now. And I really appreciate it. So take care, Gemini, and look forward to seeing you next time.